Humans pass by many signs in the universe, yet fail to ponder and decipher their interpretations. Perhaps he does not know that the universe has loads of encrypted information for him, which he has to learn to decode. The universe is a space of content, which are function of time. The contents include energy and matter such as planets, stars, and galaxies. It is now an established fact in cosmology that the universe has been expanding since its birth about 13.8 billion years ago in a cosmological event known as the Big Bang. Science reveals that all the contents in the universe are governed by laws. This was explicitly stated in the Quran, that God has assigned to each universe its laws, and he decorated the lower universe with lamps and for protection. I have generalized all the laws of the universe under these two categories. 1. The universal law of the universe. 2. The alpha-omega law of the universe. All other laws in the universe are attached to the first law. The universal law of the universe states that all living things and non-living things in the universe will end in a similar form, in which they begin but in a modified way. From the universal law, it is clear that the beginning and the end of an entity, holistically, are alike, and in between both is a transitional opposite phenomenon, as a result of evolutionary development they have undergone, or due to the natural modification pattern of its kind. Analytically, it can be inferred from this law that everything with a beginning will surely have an end, which is a basic fact that transcends throughout the observable universe, and is more revealing in nature itself. However, this law goes beyond this superficial notion. Everything that will happen can not only be predicted, but can also be post-analyzed. It also provides solutions to the problem via a link to the domain. That is, by going back to the root of the problem. In most parts of the world, except in Ethiopia, the day begins at 12 a.m. and ends at 11:59 p.m. with both in distinctive darkness. The beginning is introduced by moonlight, which is succeeded by sunlight, a twin opposite to moonlight, which also introduces the end of a complete day. Even the daytime part of a complete day also agrees to this law, with morning and about to night resembling themselves. The modification here is that the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Studies in science shows that the nautical or astronomical angle of the sun at sunrise and sunset is the same. The modification here, as described by the universal law, is that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The moon also depicts a similar characteristic pattern that emphatically shows that the moon also obeys the universal law of nature. The new moon gradually waxes from the crescent moon to the full moon, and then wane gradually back from the full moon to the crescent moon, in an opposite direction. It is noticed that the beginning of man's life and the end of man's life follow a similar pattern. The modification are age, height, weight, etc. Man begins his life by laying down, followed by crawling, then walking. If a man were to continue to live, keeping all factors constant, he will go back to crawling, laying, and then die. In addition, when primate gives birth to their offspring, which mark the starting point of the new baby, it is noticed that the baby is weak, feeble. But as it grows morphologically, it starts getting strong, stronger, and strongest at its peak. And if it lives long life, its strength will be reverted to its state of weakness, as it was at its starting point. Hence, notifying it that it is about time to exit this surface of the earth. The universe itself will end in a similar form, in which it begins, although in a modified way. I will discuss this in another video, using the scientific explanation of the origin of the universe, and then applying the universal law to predict its ending.